And welcome back. This is Frost Gaming 25, and in this episode, which is episode 16 of the Let's Play series, we're going to go ahead and do some upgrading on our horde base, and then also run a horde as well. And that'll be this episode most likely. But hopefully you guys enjoy it, and let's get started. Okay, so to get started here, we want to probably try and get some ammo crafted for this, as well as put in some more traps. And I do want to also use another one of the meat grinders, just to give us a little bit of an extra edge when it comes to doing this mission. So, I think the first thing we need to do, more than anything, is probably get more iron, because we are definitely struggling for our iron right now. We also need machine parts, which requires iron again. Yeah, so let's see if I can go in and try to just mine at this location down here. We're just gonna go in and do like a partial clear. We're not gonna do the whole clear because I don't have a lot of ammo. So we're gonna try to use as little ammo as humanly possible and get as much iron as I can. If we can get all the iron, then that's even better, but we're just gonna see what we can do with what we got. Okay, the main ones that gotta go are these guys. Everyone in the watchtower has got to go. I think that's the only watchtower, actually. Okay, there's a guy down there. Okay. I think that's it for those enemies. Let's see how much iron we can get out of this. Nope, that's not all of them. Okay. I'll take these talent books, those will be useful. And an apple is always good. Okay. We got 150 iron worth of ore. So far, it's been a success. Let's see, how many do we need to actually get the... So we have a 2 bonus to that. If we get Berry Collector, that brings us 1 closer, because this is what we want. Ideally, we want to get to this point, which would give us that chance of breaking ore instantly. Any chance is better than none. Who would have thought? Oh, that works. Free iron pickaxe, we can disassemble it. And then these I'm not even going to bother picking up. I'll definitely take the iron ore. Don't you worry, I'll take that. Take good care of it. Okay, we got another Wanderer. Don't know why the Wanderer's glitched like that, but I'll take it. Free couple hits that we got out of it. Let's continue. So far, 300 ingots worth of iron. Okay, let's continue. Let's try to go range this guy from on top of here. $3,100. That's fine. I'll take that hit. If that means I get 2 free hits on his head. Hey, another pickaxe. Cool. We'll take it. Looks like we're getting all the ore. Even though I have limited ammo, we're still pulling together. Only a couple more ores left in here. Gotta make sure I don't get ambushed by any of the miners. I mean, I can take a couple hits, but not that many. Yeah, exactly. My point exactly. Oh, shoot. I messed up. Okay. Okay, we gotta be careful in our ammo consumption. Okay. I think this is the last rock, to be honest. This might be the last one. Ooh, and we got level 36 out of it. Nice little added bonus. Let's get out of here. Yeah, this is all the rocks. And if I'm lucky, I can make this jump. Can. Or not. There we go. The movement, running and jumping is not very easy in this. You have to really give it a head start. You have to start running and then you can jump. If you're not already moving, your movement is pretty messed up. So we ended up walking away with a pretty sizable amount of iron. It'll go a long ways, that's for sure. We should be able to make quite a few ingots. Okay. Oh, did we run out of fuel? Oh man, we ran out of fuel. We have one that we can start it with, but that's all we got. Okay. I'll put 100 in there. We'll get it started. I'm going to make this into steel because we're kind of on that point now. Then the rest of it will go into iron. And then this is all iron. We're going all out. So we're going to pull in a lot more iron than we will steel. But honestly, we need the iron right now a lot. So we'll let that run for a little bit. And then I don't believe this is already on. Yeah, no, it's not. Okay. Then the other thing we need to do is I need to start making some bullets. So if we're going to make any bullets at all, we're going to need as much organic salt as possible. We're also going to need the carbon powder, which we're going to take from there and make it all into gunpowder. Okay, so while we're making that gunpowder, let's go ahead and I'm just going to set these in here. We're not going to actually dismantle them yet. I want to build up a couple more items before I start setting everything in here and going it, or running it. Let's see. So metal processor, we can take half of these out and make them into mechanical parts here. There we go. And then we're going to keep smelting iron ingots, which is great. And then we need to also start getting a... we need to start working on getting the next tier of tools. So let's look through our blueprints we have left over. See if we have anything that's decent. I don't see too much. There's the python, which would be cool. That definitely would be a cool weapon to have. We have this jackhammer and chainsaw. So, I mean, it's not bad. It's 136% or 146, so we'll definitely take that one. And then we'll take that one as well. We'll get both of those started because we need to get the next tier anyway, especially for basic rocks. Okay, so we need polymer for it, machine parts, which we're making, and a bunch of steel. We don't have too much steel, though. That's one thing we are lacking. We're only able to make 72, which should actually be enough, I think, if I recall correctly. That should be enough to make one of the blueprints. Yeah, so we'll have enough to make one of the blueprints, but only one. We won't be able to make both. Which we could cancel. We could cancel this iron and wait for more carbon powder. It might happen, but for right now I'll keep it as is. And we're just gonna have to wait this out, let it run, and get as much as we can from it. Let's see. We have some iron and some machine parts. Let's get another meat grinder. That'll be one of our upgrades we put in our base. We're also going to need a splitter. And then we're going to take all of that. Well, keep the iron in there. Let's put the polymer into the weapon bench. Machine parts as well. Okay, so we have both of those met. We just need to get the steel ingots now. Once we have the steel ingots, we're good to go. $108 talent books to get more inventory space. Oof. Okay, we were able to get lead miner, so now we're just down a copper miner. We also need 41 before we can actually get the next one. Speaking of being level 36, what do we actually unlock at 36? We unlocked the Cupid rifle. Kind of cool. A little expensive, but not as expensive as the Dark Warrior in terms of bullets. We got the cluster grenade. And flashbang as well. Let's see, anything else? Anything notable? Oh, we got the large crop plot. That's actually pretty useful. I'm gonna actually get that real quick. Anything else? $36 is still not showing anything else. We can get a timer, which if you're gonna do some circuitry and electronics, then it's kind of useful. But we're not getting too crazy on that right now. We're just trying to get basic survivals stuff down right now. Okay, so how I see this working is maybe right here. I destroy this floor spike. And then in replacement, we put down this. So we put down this as a replacement, and that will trigger the assassin, allowing it to be shot by the ballista. So we do need to make more arrows for it, so let's start that as well. I need to just make like hundreds of arrows, I guess. We could also put down another guillotine. Put down a third one. We could also put down the pendulum hammer, which is pretty solid as well. I'll think about it. Let's see, what else can we place? Yeah, definitely would like to put down one other guillotine. Let's get a third one down. And then let's grab my electric tool. Got some talent books, which is nice. More talent books. My electric tool. And then we need some more gasoline, so we're going to take the crude oil we just got and try to make some more. We are desperately in need. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this cable. It's going to go into another splitter here. Okay, so this one is going to go to here. This, technically speaking, we could, takes 10 power. We could technically run this to here. And then here and there. And then actually that's, yeah, it's just better to do it this way. And then take this output take the output and go to right there. Okay, for now that's going to be how we do it, but that gives us some other ports that we can use later on. And then we need some bullets still for our SMG, first of all. That's the first one that needs ammo. Then we also need to make some turret ammo if possible. There's some more. A lot of resources just sitting in here. Let's take all those out. Put them in here. Okay, so we're at 66 out of 82. Okay, we do have enough to make the jackhammer. That's good. Let's get that started. I'm also going to throw this in there and make 4 ingots, I guess, worth of bullets. We're going to put a couple more lead in there. Make a few more. Yeah, I need as much ammo as possible. Okay, so we got the jackhammer. Let's go test it out real quick and see what we pull for resources. Well, the upside is it won't take any of my stamina to use this thing. Downside is it probably won't pull as much material, that's my guess. 21, let's compare it. Okay, let's compare it now. Oh yeah, not even close. Yeah, definitely, it's a little bit of a loss, but it's much faster than... much faster to do. Doesn't take any stamina. I'm definitely liking this chainsaw. Okay, well at least we can make a couple extra steel now without taking away from our iron that we're making. We got a couple of iron ingots. We'll make as much as we can, but we're not going to have a lot. We're going to run out of, well, pretty much everything actually by this point. Okay, so I'm going to take this iron out. We're going to make some more assault rifle ammo. Ooh, there goes all of our copper right there. Just in the blink of an eye, I lose all my copper. Let's see. Do we have any copper ore or anything in here? Oh, we got some iron. That's good. We can also get this started in the chemistry table. We have that too, so let's take it. Wow, we have a lot of this inorganic salt. I think we're good on inorganic salt if I had to take a wild guess. We have a couple of copper ore. Not too much, though. That makes 14. We have a bunch more lead. So that'll run for a while. And then inorganic salt, we're going to just make as much of it as possible. And we should be fine. Yeah, we should be fine now. Okay. What do I need to make the chainsaw? I think it would be an improvement, actually, from this iron axe, for sure. Definitely would be an improvement. But we need a bunch more steel. We need some more machine parts. Not too many, though. And then we need polymer. Okay. Not bad, though. Not bad at all. Let's see what we can do here to improve our situation. Let's see here. We got. Okay, so for this to work, we're gonna need stone, wood, and two stacks of fiber. And that should make 200 arrows. So we're just gonna let that keep running. And then I also need to eat something. Let's see, what can we eat? We don't really have any food that's cooked. I don't know what the fuck this even is used for, but I'm gonna assume we can't eat it. Let's do the corn, I guess. Pasta's even probably better. And then we'll do this as well. You get seeds from it, so it works. I feel like some of these meals should give way more food. For how high of a level they are and stuff, I feel like there should be more reward. Like, not all of them need an effect. I think they need some ones that actually give you that minute or increase the maximum stack of how much time can be restored. I don't know. There's some things that I think they could improve for the food system, but it's a good start. Gotta give them credit for that. Okay, we got that one done. Now, once we get 41, we can unlock that. Let's get this one. Get a little bit more wood from chopping down trees. Okay, while that's going, let's load up our gasoline here. That'll run that some more. And then we're also going to make sure this is topped off. Let's see, what else can we do to help out our situation here? I think that's about all the ammo I can make. We can make some shotgun shells. Okay, and then with that done, I think the next thing that we have to do is make sure this is loaded, and then set our attack targets here. So we only want it to attack melee creatures, I guess. Land creatures. I don't know. We'll just select all three of those. Okay, we'll see how that goes. Let's see. Is there anything else we need to do? Honestly, we probably are fine now. Maybe. Once we load the ballista, we probably will be fine. So that should be enough for that. That will turn on. We can put one more guillotine down for that middle column, but it's, like I said, it's probably not going to do much. much of anything to the assassins. The assassins will just walk right through it, no problem. Oh, we also have one right here. Okay, well, let's put it right there then. Just right from the get-go, they get attacked by the guillotine. Okay, well, that's all we can afford, and this thing is still broken. I don't know why. I'm going to... It's bothering me. Every time I've tried to flip it, it always comes back looking the same way, so let's try to make a new one. One stone wall. Perfect. I happen to have one ready to go. Oh, shoot. Which way is this? Okay, good. Perfect. Now, hopefully it stays that way, because it wasn't before. Okay, and then we'll see how this actually does once we get the wave started. But, yeah, let's get it going. Make sure the generator is able to output the exact amount of power. Let's see here. Load is 52, so that's not its max by any means. That looks like it's running everything. Looks good. I hear the meat grinder. That's working. Perfect. Okay, let's see how this goes. I hear the second meat grinder. So it is running everything, and we have plenty of power to spare. Let's start this up and do round 15. Oh man, we're getting up there. Oh yeah, that turret is nice. Getting some free hits on a lot of them. Oh wow, it killed a few of them. Or maybe that was the meat grinder finishing them off, or the guillotine, sorry. Okay, the question is how many of the rogues get to us? Or assassins? These meat grinders are great at triggering their armor, causing them to become visible again. Originally, I didn't really care for the meat grinders. I never really thought they had a point until I had to face one of the assassins, and then all of a sudden I'm thinking to myself, you know what? What the hell is going on right here? Okay. Well, I haven't seen an assassin yet, so that's a good start. Okay, we probably should save our ammo for an assassin. Okay, or the birds. That works too, I guess. Jeez, there's some... Oh, there's an assassin right there. There's another one. Okay, let's see how they do. See if they make it through. One made it through. But there was two, so if it's just one that made it through, and I only had to put a couple bullets in it. It really didn't last very long. Huh. Kind of cool. Here's what that can do. That was just one. Okay, so while the meat grinders probably aren't useful everywhere, they're definitely useful every like couple. I would say like maybe every like three or four like of these floor traps. Put one meat grinder, just so that it triggers their armor, the assassin's armor. by doing that, you'll actually make your life a lot easier. And the traps will actually do their job, taking down the assassin at least some health, and maybe even killing it. But I would not say by any means to put them down meat grinder and then meat grinder then meat grinder. I don't think it's that good. Ooh! Almost got smacked by her. Oh, you had to look over at the eagle. Yeah, it looks like only one. So, like, pretty much one out of every 3, I think, is actually getting through with my current setup, which I definitely am okay with. Because that was pretty much the entire wave. We're down to 2 enemies, 1 enemy now. So that is totally, that's fine. That is so fine with me. I am cool with that more than anybody knows. I saved myself a lot of resources by just running this power grid. And the turret did pretty good too, until it ran out of ammo. Once it ran out of ammo, then it was just kind of, well, back to useless. But while it was running, it was quite nice. Okay, let's go put our crappy blueprints in here. Okay. Let me just put the stuff that I want to... Ooh, hold on. We want to put this in there for sure. The rest... Well, this needs to go in here. So does this. And so does this. And we can actually eat this. Okay, that'll be fine. Let's go get some more stuff. Get all of our loot situated. Did they try to attack this? No. Okay, good. I'm liking that. Oof. Okay, how many blueprints are we dealing with? Oh, dang. I'm gonna have to run this. There's no way. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to run that. Okay. Holy crap. Ooh, we even got a, oh my god. Legendary combat pants? That's pretty crazy. Okay, let's dump our inventory. I'm just gonna have to start dumping my inventory, like, in its entirety, because we don't have that much room to begin with, and then throw this on top of it, and you're just like, okay, well, actually, this can go in here, because that is going to be salvage. And then I'm just going to use this temporarily. That way I can get my stuff back that actually is supposed to go in my inventory. Well, not all of it is supposed to go in there, but for future, it'll be at least preserved. The things I need will be in there. We can just grab all this. This is all mostly discard. Mostly. Some things we'll keep. I think it's safe to say we could probably get away with running this. Yep, it is full. Oop, not what I wanted. Sort. Why are eggs in there? That doesn't make sense. What the hell would I have dismantled that gives eggs? Okay. Anywho, let's get our iron, put it in our workbench. We'll put the rope in there too. Okay, that's that bag. Okay, we already filled up our inventory again. Oh my god. So many blueprints. This is one thing that I would say about the game is the amount of blueprints they give you is too much. Like, they gave way too many blueprints. And 90% of them, they get just salvaged. And currently, from what I'm aware, there isn't an actual way to use blueprints in the game. From what I've seen so far, it's just like these. When I say use blueprints, I mean these casting manuals. So the thing is that they salvage into, there isn't anything that they can currently do, from what I'm aware. And so that becomes a little bit of an issue because when you're trying to deal with the mass amount of these blueprints you get, I mean, you can see this thing's full, and that was one wave. If we were to do 5-10 waves, we'd go back to how my storage was pre, like, literally, if you watch the earlier episodes of my series, these 6 chests and some of these chests that were, well, there used to be 3 more of these medium storage chests right here. All of them were full with blueprints. That's how many we had. And just one wave into it, I get all these blueprints. And it's just too much. It just takes up way too much space. And half the time they're crappy like this, and you're not going to ever use these. And to make matters worse, a lot of them are blueprints for buildings, which are even less useful than the weapons or the tools or the armor. The building ones are quite literally the worst ones to find. But it takes up more room and just becomes a little bit of a nuisance to actually have and keep. So I would definitely put that as one of the things that they should definitely work on once they start getting into actual gameplay additions, because I did notice they added some new content, which unfortunately that new content was a couple of like tier 60 enemies. They added some new tier 60 enemies, which are I mean, it's cool. It's cool for like mid to end game. It gives a use for rocket launchers, don't get me wrong. But yeah, essentially it adds a gunship, being a helicopter, and it adds a tank, which is cool as an NPC to have to go against something like that. You would need to use some sort of rocket or explosive to take it down. However, they have much more pressing issues that need to be dealt with before before they start adding that stuff. They could literally just change a number and make the frequency of blueprints be like maybe a fourth or a third of what they are dropping right now. Somewhere right there, and that would at least reduce how many blueprints. And I'm not saying to make like these not exist or something. I'm saying to make the overall blueprints dropping be like a fourth or a third of the amount that drop right now, so that when you do find some of these green blueprints, that you're like, oh crap, I actually found a blueprint. And then making these legendary blueprints like the, oh my god, I found a legendary blueprint, like give it some sort of wow, I actually found said blueprint. This is really cool. Currently it doesn't do that. They just give these like candy. It's just like, here's a piece of candy, and then they give you a mountain of candy, and you're like, well, what am I supposed to do with a mountain of candy? that candy all of a sudden doesn't really become valuable. It becomes something you almost wish you didn't have. So definitely is something they'll have to improve. But we at least made it through the wave, and maybe even if they removed it from the drop table entirely, or made they could even make blueprints only viable from chests, like in-game chests, and from getting these supply rewards. Because when I get one of these supply rewards and I see these, I'm happy with this. These 3 items being in the supply rewards, I am totally cool with. That's a good feeling, because it feels good to get those items because you worked your entire wave. But when you're also just doing the waves, I got just as many legendaries from the waves itself than I did from the end reward. So realistically, the end reward really wasn't even needed in order to get all the same legendaries. I mean, like, literally, I have 2 legendaries right here, both of which I got without getting the end rewards. And one of them is combat pants, which is literally the best armor in the game. So I have a legendary for the best armor in the game, and I can't use it, first of all, which is kind of broken in that fact. But second of all, it's the best armor in the game as a legendary. So the only thing better than that is an exotic. If it was an exotic, then it would be the best of the best of the best. There would be nothing better than that. But currently, it's a little... I think the rates are just too much. And they definitely could do some tuning. Like you can see here, we have a combat helmet, combat shoes, we have another pair of combat pants, and I just got an extra one. It's just like, okay, well, since it wants to give me blueprints for days, and just I won't know what to do with said blueprints because there's just too many of them. Just makes you kind of devalue what it means to actually find a blueprint. I'd like for it to be more valuable. Like when you find it finally, you're just like, oh sweet, I got a blueprint. So yeah. Still though, we got some pretty good loot out of it. I can't deny that. And there's a lot of this I'm not even gonna keep. We're gonna get rid of that because we can't use them for anything. There's no reason to make more expensive walls that have more health. It's like, why would I need that? The only use case for that is in PvP, but here's my little bit on that. So if you have a wall that you're spending a lot more on PvP, the problem with it is the cost of said wall now. So if I were to go into here and I looked at, say, let's see here. This is all wood. Wood. Okay, let's see if I have a one I can compare it with. Something stone. Stone floor, perfect. Okay, we have an exotic stone floor. So, if we sort this out here. Okay, we have an exotic stone floor blueprint. It does 330% durability. I can make 20 of them. Okay? If we look at a regular stone floor, we have, well, I can't really show you exactly unless if I were to make one, but needless to say, I'll grab a stone floor from my inventory that was, where was it? I had some, I might have put them back. Let's see here, there they are. Okay. So, oh my, okay, so durability here is 3,000. Okay. 3,000 durability for the basic stone floor. And the exotic will make it 330%, so 3 times plus 30%. Which brings it to 9,000 HP. Pretty decent HP for being stone. And the only issue with this is this costs 7 stone, 3 wood, and 1 rope. This single stone floor costs 62 stone, 20 wood, and 7 rope. And yes, it is not insane. The number's not insane, but it's pretty expensive. It's more than 3 times worth of the stone that would be required. But if you were to scale that up to, say, something like this, let's just get the item we just got. The barrier, this barrier we just got, if you take a look at the recipe on this, people won't be able to afford this in PvP. If they're actually playing PvP where it would be useful, they wouldn't be able to pull in the resources to build an entire base out of this. This is, keep in mind, this is one wall, one barrier. If you're talking about an entire base, that's going to take every resource that you have, which you'd rather spend probably buying or using it to make a weapon or ammo or armor, anything else. And you'd be better off just making the basic version of itself and just making a bigger base, because this is one wall. Going back to it, one wall. I need 90 tungsten sheets, 29 organic solvent, 87 synthetic fiber, 69 lime. I could make probably 20 or 30 tungsten barriers regular without the legendary perk in the same amount of cost that this is. So I would definitely say they can improve upon that, and that would be my rant for that for the day. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and call it here. We finished our run, and actually was really well. Didn't run into any hiccups or anything. Didn't even get hit, technically speaking. So, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like the video, and consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one.